We have a load of new items from the company ALPINESTARS, one of which is the shoes we have in front of me here. These are the ALPINESTARS stated motorcycle shoes. We're getting these in 3 different color choices, either black, grey or white. They do a ladies version and they're around £160. We've been very impressed with the new items from ALPINESTARS. We know them best from their racing attire, racing clothing, but they have been making waves and improving their selection when it comes to urban motorcycle clothing, like the shoes we have here, which are designed to look more like a casual, somewhat retro sneaker. Skate shoes, that sort of thing. There's a few different terms that sort of get thrown around, and some other shoes that kind of get brought to mind with these. They're quite similar to items that we've got or had in the past from the likes of TCX, for example, and they're just a really good option if you want some footwear for urban riding in particular. In comparison to other options you might have seen in this field, these are non-waterproof, so they're going to be more on the breathable end of that spectrum, which should increase their comfort as a pair of shoes. They have light reinforcement. It's actually quite good reinforcement, but strategically used, so it feels light on the reinforcement, doesn't obviously impact your comfort, but it has everything you need in there. For reference, these have of course passed CE testing, and they have ones across the board. They have the higher rating actually in their impact cut resistance. When considering the visuals of the ALPINESTARS stated shoes, they have a variety of different materials across them to add some contrast really. So you have nubuck, for example, with the upper, you have suede parts as well, and you have some canvas. The black in particular have some red details, so you have a little tag on the front there to keep your laces actually organized, to keep them in place. You've got some stitching on the back, and that's about it. I like the contrasting sole. Sometimes if you just go for completely blacked out, I don't think they look quite as premium. I like a bit of contrast to my footwear, so I appreciate that. Obviously a lace-up design to the front. They are symmetrical as well, so on the left and right you haven't got an extra section for toe reinforcement, for example, but they are still going to be tough and hard wearing. And then of course you've got this accordion stretchy section around your ankle, which is going to increase your comfort when you're wearing them. You'll also notice a side zip entry, something that we always appreciate, especially with these actually, because they are quite snug feeling. It's a 42 that we have here, so if you're checking sizing, it's European sizing across these. Obviously you'll be able to see what the UK equivalent of that is. I would say these are an accurate size. They are comfortable. They feel nicely snug, so they grip your foot in just the right way, I would say. And you can feel some of that reinforcement there in the best kind of way. So you have some extra confidence in terms of the reinforcement they've used on these. So they have some light reinforcements at the heel on these, for example. They've got a really solid sole on them. They have something they call TPF reinforcement, which is a transversal protection frame, and they have dual density ankle discs for impact protection. They have an ortholite insole, which I always like to see, instantly comfortable, a dual layer midsole, and a vulcanized rubber flat sole. Good traction on this, really grippy as well. Particularly appreciate them being flat because it does make it easier to move around on the bike ultimately. We think these are going to do well. They offer a great alternative to other brands that you've seen on the market. They are, as I mentioned, a little bit lighter on that spectrum. They're going to be great for spring, summer riding, in my opinion. Obviously, without the waterproof membrane or without being waterproof, you really would want to have these more as a summer riding shoe. But from my experience, it's a particularly comfortable way to ride your bike. So if you want to check them out for yourself, you can find links in the description, and I'll see you soon.